God is giving you too many signs, but you always ignore Him. So, open this message immediately. It's only for you, Archangel Michael says, my beloved child. Listen closely. Something is moving toward you right now. Quiet, steady, unstoppable. You've been brushing off the strange chills, the unexpected pause in your heartbeat, the sudden feeling that someone is calling your name from a place you cannot see. But today is different because this message carries a weight your soul already recognizes even before your mind catches up. Do not skip. Every second ahead is a doorway. Now hear this. The signs around you haven't been random. The repeated numbers, the sudden thoughts, the dreams that feel almost too real to be dreams. Those weren't coincidences. They were gentle taps on your spirit. Nudges meant to pull you back into alignment before you drift too far from what is meant for you. You've been sensing something rising in your life, but you couldn't name it. After this message, you will listen to the pull. There's a reason you stopped scrolling when you did. A reason this message reached you at the exact moment your soul weakened. Your mind wandered. Your heart whispered for help without making a sound. Divine timing isn't loud. It's precise. And right now, heaven is trying to get your attention before you miss what's being placed in front of you. Someone above has been watching you fight battles silently. And they've decided this is the moment to interfere. Feel this shift because your life has been surrounded with signs that you kept dismissing. The sudden urge to start over. The random memory that made you emotional. The quiet voice telling you not this way. The unexpected peace when you almost gave up. They weren't just feelings. They were divine warnings, divine comfort, divine direction. You've been walking through chaos thinking you're alone. But the truth is, you've never taken a single step without guidance hovering inches from your shoulder. Now pay attention because the signs are about to intensify. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. Something better than what you lost is approaching. Something bigger than what you prayed for is forming. Something that once slipped away is circling back stronger. Intersections in your life are shifting. And the things that felt delayed were never denied. They were being reshaped for a moment exactly like this one. Let this sink in. You've ignored the whispers, but heaven refuses to let you miss the message. You were meant to hear this today. You were meant to feel this in your chest. You were meant to awaken to the truth you've been avoiding. Your story is not stuck. It's transitioning. Your pain is not your future. It's your turning point. The signs are not random. They're instructions wrapped in emotion. And now understand this. The reason life felt heavy lately wasn't punishment. It was preparation. That door that closed wasn't rejection. It was protection. That person who walked away wasn't loss, it was redirection. You've been standing at the edge of a breakthrough without realizing the ground beneath you was shifting into something stable, something divine, something crafted for you long before you feared the future. And finally, don't ignore what you feel right now. The chills, the stillness, the light pressure on your heart. This message was meant for you. No one else. If your soul is reacting, it's because God has been waiting for you to stop running, stop doubting, stop numbing, and start listening. What's coming next requires clarity, strength, and openness. And right now, heaven is making sure you have all three. Stay. Don't rush. Don't scroll. Something truly meant for you is already on its way. If you want the next blessing to reach you faster, type Amen and receive it. And as this moment unfolds, something inside you is awakening. Something you've kept buried under fear, doubt, and exhaustion. That quiet strength you forgot you had, it's rising again. You may not see the full picture, but the higher realm does. They've been guiding you, protecting you, and redirecting you even when you didn't notice. And right now they are placing you in the center of a shift that will redefine everything you thought was lost. Feel the truth in these words, because the signs that kept finding you weren't accidents. You were led here. You were called here. You were chosen to hear this message at an exact moment when your heart was tired of pretending, your mind was tired of overthinking, and your soul was tired of carrying battles in silence. Heaven cannot let you miss what's coming next. So, they're amplifying the signals around you. See the pattern now, because nothing in your life has been random. The sudden emotional waves, the moments of peace in the middle of chaos, the repeated names, numbers, dreams, memories, feelings. You've been nudged, guided, pulled, and protected. Every time you wanted to break, something stopped you. Every time you thought it was over, something gave you strength you didn't know you still had. That something was divine intervention. Let the weight of this moment settle, because the signs you ignored before, they will return louder. This time you'll recognize them. This time you'll feel them differently. This time you'll know they're not coming from your imagination. They're coming from above. Your life is entering a phase where clarity will replace confusion, opportunities will replace delays, and blessings will replace the emptiness you've been trying to hide from the world. And understand this deeply: your soul has outgrown the places you've been forcing yourself to stay in. That's why everything felt heavy. That's why you felt disconnected. That's why things fell apart. Not to punish you, but to free you. You weren't being abandoned. You were being realigned. The universe is trying to put you in a space where you finally receive what you've been giving out for years. Now, listen closely, because something you've been praying for silently, secretly, desperately, is closer than you think. The signs were never meant to scare you. They were meant to prepare you. That sudden urge to change your life, the sudden desire to distance yourself, the random moments you felt watched over, those were confirmations. They were signals that heaven is setting you up for something you once believed was impossible. Feel the energy shifting, because right now as you listen, blessings are being rearranged around your name, doors that were locked are unlocking. Paths that were blocked are clearing. People who were meant for you are being guided back. This is not the end of your story. It's the part where everything that made you cry begins to make sense. And here's the truth. You have ignored the signs long enough. But today, heaven refused to let you scroll past this moment. They needed you to wake up to your purpose. They needed you to recognize your power. They needed you to understand that you are chosen, protected, watched over, and guided every single day, even when you don't feel worthy of it. So hear this final call. Something huge is coming toward you. Something life-changing. Something meant only for you. And the signs have been trying to reveal it long before you realized you were being prepared for it. You're not unlucky. You're in transition. You're not forgotten. You're being shaped. You're not losing. You're being upgraded. Stay still. Stay open. Your blessing is already on the way. And as the message deepens, something inside you begins to shift. Subtle, powerful, undeniable. You can feel it in your chest. That quiet pressure that tells you you're standing at the edge of something bigger than your past, bigger than your pain, bigger than every moment that tried to break you. This is not just another message. This is alignment finding you at the perfect moment, pulling you toward a future that has been waiting for you to finally see the signs you've been ignoring. Let this next truth settle into your spirit because you've been walking through days that felt routine, empty, heavy. But in the unseen, everything has been rearranging itself for your rise. You've been in a season of internal preparation. Even when it felt like stagnation, what you called delays were actually divine timing adjusting itself to bring you into your breakthrough without anything or anyone pulling you backward. And feel this awakening because heaven is turning up the volume on everything meant for you. You'll start noticing more synchronicities, more repeated moments, more unexpected connections. These aren't illusions. These are confirmations. You're being guided out of the shadows of your past and into the light of a future that matches your soul. Every sign you missed before will come back stronger, clearer, impossible to ignore. Now breathe into this moment because something you thought was over is preparing to return in a better form. Not the old version, not the broken version, not the painful version. This time it will come purified, strengthened, transformed. Whether it's a dream, a connection, an opportunity, or a part of yourself you lost, it's circling back with purpose. You're entering a season where restoration becomes your reality. Listen with your heart now because the signs intensifying around you are not meant to overwhelm you. They're meant to guide you. A higher power sees the weight you've carried, the exhaustion behind your smile, the silent nights where you questioned your own resilience. None of that went unnoticed, none of that was wasted. Every tear was counted. Every scream in silence was heard. And every moment you nearly gave up became the reason this blessing is coming stronger than ever. And watch how this unfolds because the energies around you are shifting in your favor. You'll feel sudden bursts of clarity, random waves of peace. Unexpected moments where everything feels lighter. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. Heaven is removing obstacles, removing distractions, removing wrong energies, and clearing a path that was designed for you long before the world made you doubt yourself. Let this truth pour into your soul because you're entering a phase where your spirit will become more sensitive to signals from above. You'll think of someone at the exact moment they think of you. You'll feel guided to take steps you fear, but those steps will lead you exactly where you belong. The pull you've been feeling wasn't your imagination. It was divine direction urging you to rise, evolve, and finally claim what you deserve. And understand this deeply. You are being called into a new chapter. One where you stop chasing and start attracting. One where you stop hurting and start healing. One where you stop surviving and start rising. The signs you kept pushing aside were preparing you for a moment where you finally understand you were never walking alone. You were being carried. Now, let the message sink into your spirit, because the breakthrough forming around you isn't small, it's not simple. It's not random. It's life-changing. This is the moment everything begins to connect. Your past pain, your present confusion, your future blessings. The signs will get louder until you listen, because your destiny refuses to let you settle for anything less than what is meant for you. And if your soul is feeling this message, if your spirit is reacting, if your heart is awakening, then know this. You are ready. You are aligned. You are chosen. If you're prepared for the next chapter, to unlock fully, type Amen and watch the signs intensify in your favor. And as this message reaches deeper, you can feel something stirring inside you. An emotion you haven't felt in a long time. A quiet hope, a flicker of strength, a subtle reminder that you were made for more than the chaos you've been surviving. You're not hearing these words by accident. You're hearing them because a higher force refuses to let you drift away from the destiny waiting for you. Feel this moment rising, because the signs you've been receiving are about to become undeniable. The coincidences will double. The energy around you will shift. People who left your life will start thinking of you out of nowhere. Old memories will resurface, not to hurt you, but to show you how far you've come. Heaven is aligning every thread of your story, preparing you for a chapter where everything finally makes sense. And focus now, because life is trying to whisper something your heart has been too tired to hear. You're closer than you think, closer to the breakthrough, closer to the peace, closer to the life you almost gave up on. The signs haven't been random. They've been urgent signals from above, trying to break through the noise of your doubts. Let this truth flow into you, because the heaviness you've been carrying wasn't failure. It was transformation. You were being stretched, not broken. You were being refined, not rejected. Every closed door was pushing you towards something more aligned with your spirit. What felt like loss was actually protection. What felt like silence was actually preparation. Watch how the shift unfolds, because soon you'll start noticing the difference. Your intuition will sharpen. Your emotions will lighten. Your path will clear. The signs will become so clear, so direct, so intense that you won't even have the option to ignore them anymore. This is your calling, your awakening, your elevation. Listen to this with a steady heart, because the next phase of your life requires your attention. You'll begin to attract people who understand you without explanation. Opportunities that once felt impossible will begin opening effortlessly. Divine timing will stop feeling like delay and start feeling like destiny. Nothing will feel forced. Nothing will feel confusing. Everything will click. And now take this in, because your energy is shifting into a frequency where blessings can finally locate you. You're stepping into alignment with a future that matches the softness of your heart, the strength of your spirit, and the depth of your purpose. The signs have been trying to push you toward this moment. And now you're ready to receive what you once felt unworthy of. Feel the transformation, because your life is not staying the same after this. You are entering a season where you realize why you had to go through everything you faced. You will understand the lessons behind every heartbreak, every disappointment, every delay. Your spirit is rising above everything that tried to dim your light. And here's the powerful truth. The signs weren't only reminders. They were warnings, affirmations, protections, and promises. A higher realm has been with you through every silent battle. You may have ignored the signs, but the signs never ignored you. They followed you, guided you, protected you, prepared you, and now they're leading you into a destiny that's finally ready for you. If your spirit feels this, if your heart knows this message is yours, then your breakthrough is already unfolding. And as this message sinks deeper into your soul, you begin to feel the truth rising inside you. Slow, steady, undeniable. The signs you once brushed aside are becoming clearer in your memory. Moments you ignored, thoughts you dismissed, feelings you pushed away. They weren't random. They were reflections of the divine trying to reach you when your mind was too overwhelmed to listen. Let this realization settle because something profound is happening around you. You're stepping into a stage of your life where every hidden truth, every silent guidance, every unseen protection is beginning to reveal itself. The weight on your chest is lifting. The fog in your mind is clearing. The path ahead that once felt blocked is beginning to glow faintly, showing you the direction you were always meant to walk. And now prepare yourself because the signs will not come gently anymore. They will come boldly through moments that shake you awake. Through people who speak words you needed to hear, through sudden shifts that bring clarity you never expected. You're entering a season where the divine refuses to let you fall asleep spiritually. You will feel guided at every turn. Feel the change in the air because destiny is no longer waiting for you. It's moving toward you faster than before, stronger than before, more intentional than anything you've ever experienced. Your soul has reached a vibration where blessings can finally locate you without hesitation. Everything that felt stuck will start to move. Everything that felt slow will start to accelerate. Listen closely now because you are being prepared for encounters that will change your direction. People will enter your life who carry the energy you prayed to meet. Conversations will take place that open doors inside your heart. Opportunities will present themselves without warning. This is the season of divine alignment. The moment where the signs become reality. And here's the part your spirit already knows. The signs weren't only guidance. They were promises. Silent assurances that you were never forgotten, never overlooked, never abandoned. Even in the moments where you felt numb, tired, or lost, something higher held you together. Something higher whispered, "Not yet. I'm still preparing." You feel the depth of that truth because you are stepping into a phase where your spirit becomes magnetic. What you desire will naturally be drawn to you. What is meant for you will return. What is aligned with you will stay. What is harmful will fade. You won't need to chase anything. You won't need to beg for anything. The signs have been shaping you into someone who finally attracts what matches your worth. And now the shift intensifies because you are leaving behind cycles that drained you. You are walking away from energies that dimmed your light. You are rising out of emotional patterns that kept you stuck. A higher force is cleansing your path, removing obstacles, and strengthening your spirit. So when your blessings arrive, nothing can interrupt them again. Feel this moment in your chest because the divine is speaking directly to your spirit right now. You are guided here because your next chapter is sacred. What's coming toward you isn't ordinary. It's not small. It's not temporary. It's a life-changing transformation that will rewrite the way you see yourself, your worth, your purpose, and your future. And finally, understand this. You didn't ignore the signs out of stubbornness. You ignored them because you were exhausted, but now you're awakening. Now you're aware. Now you're ready to receive what has been trying to reach you for so long. The signs will not stop. The blessings will not delay. The guidance will not weaken. You are being pulled into your destiny and nothing can stop it now. If your spirit is open, if your heart is ready, type Amen and unlock the next wave of divine signs meant only for you. And as this message pulls you further in, something within you begins to awaken in a way you can't explain. It's not fear. It's not confusion. It's recognition. Your soul knows these words, your spirit remembers these truths. You've been waiting for this kind of clarity without even realizing it. Every sentence you hear feels like it's unlocking a part of you that's been dormant for too long. Let this feeling wash over you because you're transitioning into a version of yourself that doesn't shrink, doesn't doubt, doesn't question its worth. The signs you ignored weren't punishments. They were invitations. Invitations to rise above everything that tried to chain your spirit, invitations to step into the identity you were always meant to embody. Invitations to reclaim your purpose and walk with confidence again. Now feel this shift surrounding you because your alignment is strengthening with every passing moment. The right energy is moving toward you. The right opportunities are gravitating toward you. The right people are being positioned in your path. You don't have to search for what is meant for you. It's already circling closer. Slowly, quietly, powerfully, nothing is random anymore. And pay attention to this truth because something inside you is changing in a way that can no longer be ignored. Your instincts are growing sharper. Your intuition is becoming louder. Your inner voice is becoming clearer. This is divine guidance taking shape within you. You're learning to trust yourself again. Not because you're perfect, but because you're protected. Feel this deeper now because your life is shifting out of cycles that once drained you emotionally and spiritually. The heaviness you carried was not permanent. It was temporary darkness that prepared you to appreciate the light you're stepping into. You're not the same person you were months ago. You're evolving, rising, strengthening. The signs were simply reminders of who you were becoming. And here's the divine truth your spirit has needed. You are stepping into a chapter where your blessings will begin to show themselves in physical form. Not in dreams, not in hope, not in signs alone, but in real experiences, real opportunities, real changes. Everything that was once delayed is aligning itself with your present readiness. Let this realization settle into your bones because you're moving toward a season where everything will start to flow. Where your purpose becomes clearer, where your relationships become healthier, where your inner world becomes peaceful. The signs weren't just warnings, they were promises. Promises that something greater was preparing to enter your life. And understand this moment, your spirit is now open in a way it hasn't been for years. That's why the signs feel stronger. That's why the messages reach deeper. That's why your heart feels something shifting. Even if you can't explain it in words, you are no longer resisting your path. You are walking into it. Feel the power of that, because your energy is aligning with the very things you once prayed desperately for. They're not far anymore. They're approaching with intention. With timing, with purpose. You're being guided step by step into the life that matches your spirit and your destiny. And now hear this final truth of this continuation. The signs will grow louder because you're finally ready to receive what you once feared. The blessings will come faster because you're finally strong enough to hold them. The transformation will deepen because you've reached a level of awareness where nothing can pull you backward anymore. You are rising. You are awakening. You are stepping into alignment with your divine path. If your heart feels this shift, if your spirit knows this message is yours, type Amen and let the next wave of signs reveal themselves clearly to you. Subscribe Manifestage Archangel to listen God's talk and wisdom every day.